Hands up if you're aware of a programme called Adolescence.
We've heard the warnings that teenage boys are in crisis.
Young men are suffering. They're feeling isolated, they're grappling with their masculinity and with their broader place in society.
What can we do as a society to stop young boys being dragged into this whirlpool of hatred and misogyny?
Boys are struggling, lagging behind girls at school in every metric, from primary to GCSE and beyond. There's concern about their online consumption.
Real strength isn't in that toxic content online. It's about how kind we are.
Absent fatherhood is also on the rise. Teenage life is harder to navigate. And two boys here at Brighton Hill Community School in Basingstoke have agreed to share their experiences. 16-year-old Jacob and 15-year-old Raphael.
Your model. How are you going to change it? How are you going to make it better?
Raphael's father left home when he was 2, more recently starting a new family abroad. Raphael doesn't feel wronged by that, but he has struggled with it. And he's been taken out of lessons for counselling. An AI voice reads out the letter he's composing.
I'm not angry. I'm not resentful. I just want a relationship with you. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't need anything from you except for you to be my dad.
I think there's a lot of information in there, but a lot that he could, hopefully understand and take away. I feel abandoned almost. It's a hard feeling to describe, really, but it's knowing that your own father's not there growing up, or you start to question yourself. Am I enough? Am I the problem? It's simple things like when I was learning to do a tie, I was using YouTube when that's one of the moments you want to be able to go to a dad. You question yourself, or you devalue yourself for something that isn't in or was never in your control.
Raphael's grandfather taught him golf, and he channels his energy into that. For Jacob, it's football. He also faced a crisis 2 years ago when his father had a stroke.
I think he felt lost. It really affected every impact of Jacob's life. Some days I couldn't get him to go to school, to the extent that I was charged, which obviously school have to follow their procedure.
They have to fine you if he doesn't turn up.
Yeah.
I don't think I know what to do without my dad, to be honest. So, him being unwell was hard for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the importance of a father figure is it's hard to explain, really. But
do you think young boys bottle stuff up?
Yeah, I think definitely. I feel like maybe men and boys find it harder to speak about it because maybe they feel like they're not socially accepted to speak about it. There's pressures sometimes to be, rude, to a teacher or something. Maybe just to show off, make you look cool in front of your mates, really.
After the emotional release in counselling, Raphael punches it out.
Should build you up into a little bit of a sprint now.
Jacob has also found it helpful to take time out of lessons to let off steam and bond with a mentor. A report by the Centre for Social Justice found that 2.5 million children, that's a fifth, don't have a father figure at home. And boys aren't just falling behind at school. There's been a 40% rise in young men out of work, education or training since the pandemic. Boys make up 98% of the youth prison estate. So here at Brighton Hill last spring, teachers, youth workers and the police came together to form a plan to meet the scale of the problem.
I share your concerns about the age of people that get involved in very violent crime now. I've had 2 or 3 that I've had to deal with where the offenders are sort of 13 years of age or under. And they've got a social media presence which is just based on their ability to obtain, use and show off with knives.
What I want to build is a movement. The GOAT, boys, greatest of all the boys, and my humble ambition is for this to be slightly bigger than the Boy Scouts.
The plan is this: reach out to men in the local community and create the blueprint for a nationwide network of mentors for young men.
There are so many boys out there looking for direction and they're not getting it from the right places, which is why they veer into unknown territory online and find people who show them a bit of love and say, come and belong with us, because they don't feel like they belong anywhere else. And what we want to try and do is give them that feeling of belonging.
The school advertised and vetted applicants, inviting them to meet the boys after school. Do you think people are going to turn up?
I hope so. It's going to be pretty rubbish if they don't. But
You look a bit nervous.
I'm a bit nervous because anything could happen. Let's face it, anything could happen. We're totally reliant on goodwill of people who largely I've never met.
Coming through that door.
Coming through that door.
But they did come. Men of all ages, from all walks of life. Business leaders, sports coaches, even the local MP. One for each boy on the programme, answering the call to help mentor children they've never met.
From a personal perspective, I think it's a great programme to be involved, just to be able to give young people somewhat of a springboard or maybe some guidance and putting them in maybe in the right direction.
I think every man that should get involved with the youth today, they have nowhere to go, no social clubs, nothing to do. So we've got so much to give in this town, to give back to them.
Jacob and Raphael are back on track.
Maybe men's mental health is, especially boys' mental health, is maybe overlooked a little bit in the wrong ways. And I feel like boys are just expected to, you know, not really have emotion and like just not really show much emotion in school, and not even in just school, just in general. And that's something that needs to be changed.
What would you say to other young men who sort of suddenly see this vanishing father figure in their life?
You need to, you know, use that as your why. Use that as your reason to push you further. Don't use it as an excuse to not do things. Use it as a reason why you did them things.
As a head teacher, you must have seen things go wrong.
We have seen things go wrong, and that's part of what drives us, I think, in that we haven't been able to save them all, and we have to accept sometimes that the pull outside of school is too strong for us. It's really tricky sometimes to try and get into a young boy's head the importance of passing their GCSEs if someone outside of the school is offering them 500 quid to do a bit of work at the weekend for an illegal endeavour.
To succeed, the solution must be as infectious as the problem, and there's a long way to go. But over 50 other schools have already signed up to launch their own versions of the Goat Boy project. Jason Farrell, Sky News.